Rangers Radio. Hello, hello, this is the phone-in show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls from the bands. Hello, hello, it's Rangers Radio. Hello, hello, this is the phone-in show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Joining myself, Fox here on the panel tonight is my mate Bridgeman, and of course, poor Linda. How we doing, Linda? How we doing, Bridge?
Hi, Oxjay. Hi, Bridgeman. I hope you're both well.
Well, thank you very much. Can I just say a big good evening to you two on the panel here? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
That's some jingle, that, Bridge, isn't it?
That's a crack. Simply the best, yeah.
I want to live up to Linda.
I know. Somebody said to me it's now Quarantina Turner. I don't know if that's a joke or not.
Oh, I get that. That's quite good, quite subtle. But yeah, listen, leave the jokes to me on here, all right?
Okay.
I'll assume there's going to be some sort of solo of it. So you're going to sing it out, no?
Oh, I don't know about that, Bridge. I'll leave the singing to you.
I believe that Fox is working on a Christmas song for the panellists, the 12 Days of Christmas. I believe he's working on it.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yes, he's working on it. You know what I mean? What would you go for, Bridge? 5 gold rings?
5 gold rings. 4 calling birds, 3.
Well, Linda, we've no spoke to you since last week. Obviously, it was international break. We came back with a bang, eh?
Yeah, Aberdeen, great result, great performance, Ox. I think the guys played really well, great tempo, quality football, just what they've been doing over, since the start of the season, I think. I think it probably flattered Aberdeen a wee bit, the 4-0, believe it or not. I think you guys have been, touching on that. We had probably another maybe 4 or 5 decent chances to score, and we could have had another penalty, but again, it was a great result and just move on to the next game now.
Can't argue with that, Bridge. She's right. I mean, I thought Aberdeen were lucky to leave with the same result that Hamilton got.
Yeah, it could easily have been that, truth be told. I did say that in the view from my Bridge. It could have been 4 going on 14.
View from my Bridge.
I think that it was just... I think we were amazing. I praised Aberdeen because they still caused us a couple of problems here and there. They held the ball well sometimes, but in reality, Rangers were just far too good and out for them from every position, for every man in the park. There wasn't one player playing for Aberdeen that I would even think about putting in the Rangers squad. Absolutely no way. Not in my opinion, anyway. In fact, one of their best players is somebody we let go. We'll let him go on loan. So. To them, should I say? I think you're right.
Who impressed you on Sunday?
I thought there was quite a few contenders probably for man of the match, but Tav again was brilliant, wasn't he? His energy and just his enthusiasm, just driving the team on. He's really cool under pressure as well when he's taking these penalties. I thought Roof had a really good game. Took his goal really well.
Best game in the shot, Roof?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't disagree with that. His movement off the ball is really good as well, and the wee sort of spin and turn that he did for his goal. A ball from Golson, we were talking about him last week, about his passings improving, and there he proved it, on Sunday. Yeah, there was quite a few, and I actually thought Alfie played well, and, I heard you talking a wee bit about, what happened when he got substituted, but I think Alfie's got to give himself a wee bit of a break, Ox, because we all think he's playing well. So does the manager and his teammates, and he needs to stop giving himself a hard time. I think that It is due to the fact that he's not scoring as often, but his overall play is really terrific.
Yeah, and before we go back to the Rangers, I think it was pretty remiss of me actually, right at the start of the show. It was a sad day for football, Bridger, with the passing of Diego Maradona, one of the all-time greats.
Oh, for me, the probably the best ever player. For me, the best ever player. Mm-hmm. His skills were incredible, particularly when he was a younger guy, you know. But I know, you know, I go like Gennaro's in England, and I used to go when I went up there before and found out about. I spoke to Gennaro. He's a Napoli supporter, and he raved about Maradona. And he was telling me that sometimes there's 6,000-7,000 people standing watching him training. That's unbelievable stuff. Just fabulous. Great player. Great. Best I've ever seen.
I would go along with that, Bridge. I would go along with that. I've seen him live once. I think it was 79, Scotland versus Argentina. When we went to watch Scotland, and he was only young, but everybody was raving about him after the game. One of the all-time greats, Linda.
Yeah, absolutely. Was it the 1986 World Cup he scored the goals against England, Ox?
It was indeed. Yeah,
and I know he had this sort of hand of God, but the other one where he just beat about 4 or 5 players and put it away
14.
That's right, Fred.
Oh, it was just unbelievable.
He was fantastic in that World Cup, wasn't he? He was just unplayable, I think.
That boy ran the best part of 60 yards with that body's feet. Yeah. He must have taken 6 or 7 tackles and copied it right through and stole a yard off the goalkeeper and popped it in the net. Just fabulous stuff. You just can't see that. You couldn't buy that now. You couldn't buy it. Yeah. Sorry, didn't it?
Fantastic. One of the all-time greats. Obviously, he's had his issues after part since he retired, but as a football player, I don't think there's been finer. People will have different views on it, of course, but I don't think there's been finer to do what he done, and also to take the tackles that he took just at the end of that era, Bridge. If you remember that tackle for the butcher of Bilbao, that broke his leg. I mean, criminal.
Yeah, and the treatment he got, I don't necessarily mean even at the highest level, but in some of the leagues when he was playing in Argentina, it was just, you're right, the word is criminal. Just unbelievably shocking. And you have to, you see that, I'll tell you what, similar to, I saw with Messi playing Real Madrid for Barcelona, and that boy Ramos, is it Ramos? Oh my God, he nearly took his legs off, his head off. Just terrible, and got away with it. Anyway, I'm stealing that there. Maradona, definitely, simply the best, Maradona.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We've got Linda, who's simply the best, but Maradona is a football player.
Of course. Apologies. I didn't mean to use that in that term.
Yeah, we've trademarked it for a Bridge, and you've just... but as a football player, arguably, Linda, the greatest we've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. And obviously, we've been blessed with having Pele as well, and I know there was sort of some comparisons made between, you know, the two of them in terms of just their sort of global attraction sort of type thing, but no, definitely one of the best, and that's the game that kind of stands out for me. It was kind of the first kind of time I really took a big interest in things like the World Cup, so, you know, it stands out.
When I seen it listed today, Bridge, I was quite touched when they listed it. You seen it? It was Maradona, Pele, Oxchair, and the list was just, it was frightening, you know.
Brilliant. Oh God, what a statement to make. I think that probably, maybe you might have went to the same school as him or something like that, but...
No. There was a lot of similarities between me and Maradona. I could only kick it with one foot as well.
I love it.
Curly hair, Ox?
No, nothing to do with the curly hair, I can assure you, Linda. No, but I think I don't think he ever played league football or any European ties in Scotland. I can't remember, but I can only ever mind him playing for Argentina. In Scotland, and that's the game I remember, 1979. But I think it was 79, but I need to check out. But what a performance, and a sad day for football. Anyway, we digress, Linda. We had some other news. You were looking after the pennies and the pounds. What did you make of the accounts?
Well, I think the sort of headline figure that everybody's kind of sort of focusing on, I don't know what you guys think, was just the loss. I think it was at 15.9 million, and I've seen there's been quite a lot of people jumping in the bandwagon and kind of highlighting that, but I don't know what folk were expecting, because it's been a really difficult year, obviously, particularly from March kind of onwards. And I don't think it's a surprise that the club sustained a loss.
Not at all. I mean, there was a lot of positives in there. Yeah, there's a headline figure that you would rather know of. You'd rather break even. But we're on a journey, and we're getting there, and our revenue streams are coming back dramatically. And if you were another team whose revenue streams are falling dramatically, I think in 2018 accounts, there was 70 million between the teams.
Yeah.
11 million now.
Yeah. And that's definitely one of the sort of stark things, to take from the whole sort of situation. The fact that we're catching up and we were so far behind, weren't we, a few years ago. And a lot of clubs will be in the same situation as us in terms of losses, unless you happen to sell one of your assets, which is probably a player. And I know that that's what our rivals have been doing over the last few years, selling players to actually offset losses. And we'll be able to do that going forward if we need to, because we've got all these player assets now.
Yeah, but if you go back a couple of years, nobody of any value in our squad as such, did we? But now, as we said, it's heading towards £200 million worth of value.
Yes, and it's smashing to feel like that, and we can see what we're doing, and the shall we say, the guarantors that we've got on our board that'll stand up there and put their hand in their pocket and say, yeah, that'll keep you going, or whatever, and that is reminiscent of what they used to shout about when they were the Skintos, and the I don't know what his name was, Desmond whatever his name was. He would be the billionaire that would do that. And when we got the sports director on our board, when they came onto our board, Mike Ashley, and I thought, I even spoke to you about it and says, here, that's no bad. This guy will put his hand in his pocket and look after us. Wow, how mistaken was that? How mistaken was that? But I think what they're doing and what they've done is just quite incredible. It really is transformational all the way around, and this manager at the forefront of it. Aye.
Once I get away from the headline figure, the loss, Linda, which I think you could put at least a third into that to the COVID situation. Yeah. And then when you started dissecting where the loss came from, there was a lot of positives in the accounts for me. Yeah. If we'd have sold somebody, which we could have done for 10, 15, 20, 25 million, our accounts would have been different. If you take that for their team across the road, take Mr. I can't remember his name, that left back that went down to Arsenal.
Tierney.
I was being facetious there, Linda.
Sorry, Ox.
Facetious, where did that come from?
That's certainly, that was the Heinlein. I think that's a Heinlein education
Heinlein
coming out.
For young gentlemen, yes. But that's the difference in we're not the team with a problem. We're not the team with issues. Anyway.
But can I just say on top of that, the deal they got with, this is what I read anyway, the deal they got for Tierney was a cash deal. They got 25 quid cash in hand. And that they only done that at the beginning of this season. So that's the reason why their books are brilliant, because they got cash right into the accounts. Mm-hmm. And that is amazing. Otherwise, it would be big entries saying, they're owed this much or they're owed that much, and so on and so forth. They got cash straight away in, so 25 quid of cash straight into the accounts. And that's what made them look as if they haven't lost any money other than that 11 million. They actually lost. They could have lost if they hadn't sold them. They could have lost that other 25 million, and that would have been bad. They'd be up at 35, 40.
If you took that 25 million, the turnover then ended up less than ours.
Absolutely. I mean, they were. It doesn't look as if they were in a very, very safe state. But I don't mean to be too bad about them, but the thing is that every club in Britain is struggling at the moment. They're all struggling. They're all looking for a buck, and they're trying to find ways to do it. And hopefully the government will step in and make a fund available. But I don't think they will.
I can't see it, you know. Okay, so we've got a wee plan here. We're going to hear from your manager. You're right with that, Wander? I know you like hearing from your manager. Wander, can you give your South Side a shout out? He shouts South Side a shout out. He said a bad day today.
Oh, that's a shame. Hope you're all right.
I wonder why.
Rich, man, she's getting a shout out.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I hope you're all right, Southside. And if you feel like giving us a wee call in later on, we'll cheer you up with some of our chat, hopefully.
Right, get yourself in mute, and we're going to hear from our manager, Stephen Gerrard, MBE, and then we'll open the line for callers.
Hi, Stephen. First of all, just check team news, and I've got a couple of questions. That's good.
Yes, Ryan Jack's a doubt for tomorrow's game. We won't know on Ryan until later on today whether he's available or not. Zungu will be missing as well. We're hoping to have him back in a week, 10 days' time. He's not got a big issue, but unfortunately he's not available for us tomorrow. And the rest is as it was from the weekend, basically.
See, we saw from the results on Friday night how important the Europa League is to the club's financial picture. Does that underline the importance of continued progression in the competition this year, just given the COVID challenges? And secondly, given the losses reported by the club, what does it say about the backing at the board and, Douglas Parker making that they're willing to sort of keep putting in money, and yet they rejected the bids for Alfredo Morelos over the summer?
Yeah, I think the board support has been fantastic. Since the first day I came in, really. In terms of the numbers, I think obviously you'd have to take certain things into consideration in terms of the time, and they could have looked very much different if we did accept a bid for one of our big assets. I think the important thing to know is this team's in much better shape than it was when we came through the door. The team's littered now with big assets. The team's worth an awful lot of money now compared to what it was. But this is the time of the year when the numbers come out. In terms of the first part of your question, Europe's always important for a club like Rangers because of the history, because of the big European nights that have gone before. For the supporters, it's what they enjoy doing, watching the team in Europe, travelling near and far to follow the team. So from a football point of view, there's always a responsibility and an expectation here as the Rangers manager to continue to do well year on year. And if that means that we make more money or we go further in competitions and it helps from a financial point of view, that's great, and that will always be the aim. But first and foremost, it's to reward our fantastic support with trips around Europe to follow the team. The board and myself were on the same page. We're happy where the team's at the moment, but we both know that there's still a lot of work to do to get where we want to get to.
Stephen, Benfica tomorrow night have got more issues with players going to be out. How much attention do you pay to that, particularly at the moment when Rangers are performing so well and so full of confidence?
Yeah, I think the main focus is always us and Rangers, and the majority of the preparation for any challenge we have is mainly focused on us. We obviously have to pay attention to what's happening elsewhere because we need to know possible teams and who we could be facing from a personnel point of view and what type of team or formation we think we could be facing. But as I say, very much the focus is on my team and trying to prepare us in the best possible way.
Morning, Stephen.
Morning.
Last time out in Portugal, your team obviously put in a great performance. Later on, obviously, they conceded a couple of goals, but are you sensing that there's a sort of a determination in the squad to try and get over the line, looking after what happened a couple of weeks ago?
I can definitely feel a determination in the group and in the team, but I've felt that since the first day we reported back. I wouldn't describe our performance in Portugal as great. I think there was periods of the game that was great. I think obviously there was big things, big positives to take from the game, but also big learning opportunities as well. It's a game that we've looked at in good detail of where we went right, where we went wrong, and we need to try and use that experience going into this 90 minutes. A lot's being said of Benfica in terms of what they've got available and what they haven't, but one thing's for sure, the 11 starters that they pick will be a real big challenge for us come tomorrow night.
Hi Stephen, how much does the momentum you've built in Europe, particularly this season, breed confidence, and with each good result do you now feel that the next one's more achievable?
Winning games and going on unbeaten runs definitely breeds confidence and belief in the group. I think looking into tomorrow's game as well, I think the players have experienced playing against these players in this team not so long ago. And we've shown that certainly for big parts of the game that we could match Benfica and certainly compete. So this is a game that the players are very much looking forward to. We have major respect for these individually and collectively as a group, Benfica. You're talking about high-level players, high-level club, and a manager with big experience. So we expect a very, very tough game tomorrow, but a game that we're really looking forward to and excited about. And we couldn't be going in a better place, really, if you think about the run of games we've been on.
This is a game in which would normally be full at Ibrox and a big atmosphere. In England, we see there's now a pathway about getting fans back. Ross County Rangers, if things stay the same, will have a limited number of fans. What's your message now to the authorities to try and find a pathway in Scotland to try and get fans back?
I haven't got a message. I think I leave the authorities to do what they do. They're the people that make the big decisions, and we follow the rules and the guidelines. I certainly welcome the news breaking down in England about getting supporters back. I think it's a big step, and it's nice and positive that we can see some movement down there. And the players are craving the fans back. I'm no different, and hopefully, when it's safe to do so, we can start building them numbers up and we can get back to normality. But I'm not in a position to give messages out to the government or the people that make the big decisions.
With this a huge amount of games that are coming up over the next few weeks, what are the key things for you as a coaching staff to look out for to manage the team through it?
I think, I know we use this term a lot, but it is a case of taking each game as it comes, because things can change. There's no point planning too far ahead, with the COVID situation, with the amount and volume of games in terms of people picking niggles up and not being available. So it's very difficult to look too far ahead than the next game. My job over the course of the season is to try and keep the players in the right physical and mental shape for the challenges that are coming. That's the reason why we've been trying to use the squad in the most positive way, so that we can try and keep the consistency levels as positive as we can for as long as we can.
Morning, Stephen.
Good morning.
Watching Rangers this season, there's a great strength and depth to the squad. Everyone knows the roles, but beyond that, Stephen, how do you feel you've improved things behind the scenes?
Well, I think it's an ongoing thing, what we're trying to do. Obviously, the priority is always the team and the squad. I think that's been a process over the last couple of years of trying to build and try and get a squad that's capable of competing on all fronts. That's been the biggest challenge. That doesn't stop. Behind the scenes, we're still actively looking for, in the recruitment department, to keep improving personnel of the squad. We're still overseeing the academy to keep making it better down there as well. And, behind that or alongside that, we're trying to make the training ground and the stadium better, fresher, up to date. So it's a constant thing to try and keep improving the club in all departments, really. And it's fantastic to have Ross's support in all them areas. And more importantly, above us is the board as well, going back to the first question at the press conference. the dialogue and the communication and the togetherness on trying to keep improving this club for the supporters is ongoing.
Back, Bridge, Linda?
Yep.
I think
yes, indeed.
One of the questions was the point you were trying to make, Linda. Well, I'm assuming you're trying to make was how important this tomorrow night is because of the revenue stream to the points.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously the gaffer, Steven Gerrard, recognises that as well. And he also looks at it from a footballing point of view as well, Ox, in terms of the players, being on that stage, and it's helping them improve. But I think the latest figures I did see today was something like, was it 4.3 million in prize money so far this season in the Europa League? So that is fantastic for the club.
Here. Obviously, it'd be great to get another couple of victories in the group stages and increase your revenue, Bridge.
Well, I think we said this last week when we discussed some of it. If you look to the accounts, you'll see any accounts we're short of something like £10 million in revenue from fans, and that's simply because we don't have any fans at the European games, and that'll get bigger when you're going to hold the games, and it's just sad that this COVID thing happened the way it happened, and it interfered with our progress insofar as getting money in. But we know next season's going to come, not the end of this year, but next season. We should hopefully be ready for that kind of stuff and hope that the fans come back in large numbers, because we desperately need it. We desperately need the fans to come back and just do their business. I'm not talking about league games. I'm talking about league games as well, because there's a number of seats to fill there as well. But the European games, if you get 50,000 into Ibrox in a European game, that's 50,000 times whatever the price is. If you've got a lot of money, there's a few million quid in there.
All right. If people want to join us, what's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online when you were brought in a call by Fox or Old School Blue. If you phone in, hang up, and we will contact you back now, because the lines are now open. There we go. With another wee feature we've added to the show, Linda.
Oh, it's great, Ox. Absolutely. All these features just makes
Bridge's favourite it's the Foxy jingle, isn't it, Bridge?
Oh, yes. I mean, we must get Fox on to get... How's it go again? It's what the Fox says. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant, by the way. Different class, that boy. Different class.
But Bridge, you're actually better than the singer himself.
Anyway, you two will be joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Hi, my name's Scott from Denny.
How are we doing, Scott?
Yeah, not bad at all. So my question really is just, what do you think is going to be the hardest thing to overcome for the next couple of weeks? I know obviously we've got a lot of a squad in depth, so effectively we're not kind of got any problems there. But what do you think the hardest thing is going to be to overcome?
All right, Linda.
Oh, well,
I'm not used to tough questions, Scott.
There you go. Is it Scott? Yeah, hi, Scott.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, I think probably just the sheer number of games coming up. They're coming thick and fast, but probably we would rather it's like that as fans. And I think James Tavernier said today in his press conference that that's what the players want too. I mean, when you look at the fixtures, I know the guys touched on this over the last few shows as well, that I think if he likes to take it in blocks of games, doesn't he? And if you think about through to the next Old Firm match, I think we've got something like 10 matches in total. There's 7 league games, and I think 4 of them are away. So the away games probably, you would probably think that they're the toughest. But I think we've got the squad now that's going to get us through these games.
Dutchman.
Yeah, because there's everyone's rotation of positions now. So as Bassey for obviously you look for obviously in the defence, and then you've got the midfield of Arfield, Jack, Kamara. But yeah, just wanted to kind of what your kind of thoughts on the hardest thing over the next.
I think the hardest thing we've got to deal with is potentially complacency, Scott, because we're in such a good place. I don't see any problems in the 3 league games. I think tomorrow night could be our hardest game. And if we can get through that with a positive result, we're in a real good place. I don't see any problem with the next 3 league games. Away to Dundee United, away to Ross County, and home to Motherwell. I'm hoping for 9 points out of 9. I only think the thing that we could be complacency. Bridgeman?
Yeah, is it Scott? Is it Scott the boy name is?
Aye.
Nice to meet you. I'm Bridgeman. Listen, I think that the danger area is exactly what Oxford said there. It's like if they mustn't let complacency build. You mustn't let that. You've got to be able to enjoy what you're doing without it being overpowering from everybody, including the enemy. We've got to just play our game, keep calm, keep cool, do the business, and win the games. And that is the most important thing. Win the games. We've got how many games did we say we've got till the end of the year? 10 was it? 10 games.
10 Bridge, yeah.
Right. So and I heard Dave Oxford saying there's 4 of them away. 4 of them away.
I think 4 are away.
Right.
Yes.
So that's us got 6 home games between now and the end of the season. And I agree with Oxford. In my opinion, we should have no fear of anybody in our league. No fear whatsoever. We should be able to go out there, play our game the way we play. Played the last 2 games, we were excellent. So we need to keep that pace up and keep the skill up and so on and so forth. That's what we need to do, and just keep playing our own game and winning. Put the ball in the net, and then you can start footering about if you want to. But put the ball in the net. 1-0 will do me right up to Christmas.
Yeah. My opinion now, I don't know how you allow even. I know Katic is a good player, but I don't even know how you allow Katic back in defence now. Do you think Katic will get a start in January, or do you think he's going to be able to come back in quite quick? Or
at this moment in time, Scott, I don't think Katic is getting back in the squad, which just shows you the strength and depth. Linda?
No, I would agree with that. I think, and the actually good thing about that is that we don't need to rush Katic back, because I think we all do think he's got a future, at Rangers. He's probably still learning even before the injury. But if you think about Balogun and Hollander, they've been kind of swapping, places at various stages, throughout the season so far. And we don't know about Edmondson. Obviously we thought he might have been on his way, but it looks as if there might be an olive branch put out to him. So I think that's an area that we've got a lot of quality, and I don't see Katic getting back in even when he starts to come back from the injury.
Yeah. I feel, to be honest, Kent's quite in a good position just now as well. Kind of firing all cylinders. I think he's fairly key. Morelos, in actually Aberdeen game, I was quite disappointed with him, to be fair. I think there was 3 or 4 occasions the ball had been let slip, and that gave Aberdeen the counter-attack, which never really scared us, but to be fair, on 3 or 4 occasions, Morelos just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I think I'm not saying Morelos is his best game ever for us on Sunday, but sometimes I think we can dissect everything. Yeah, he did give the ball away. We all witnessed it. He cut inside, I think, twice and passed it right to Aberdeen. It wasn't the greatest of play, but you've got to look at the positives in his game, the way he's opening up the defences for other people, and the running and the unselfish stuff he's brought into his game, where he's making these runs deep, pulling defenders all over the place. And it's a bit of an unsung heroes role, because he's not getting the chances now, because he's doing the donkey work. Bridgeman?
Yeah, and I actually think he's enjoying the role that he's doing, or semi-enjoying it, should I say. He likes to get involved, and he likes to link play up, and he does that quite well. The problem is, of course, he's not a 100% link man, and you end up getting 3 or 4 duff passes from him, and that kind of it dulls what you're doing, you know. But I think the manager just wants him on the park and get some minutes into his leg, keep him good, because sooner or later he's going to be let loose up front, and we want him to be ready for that. We want him to score goals. If you want him to score goals, he's got to play up front, because you're not going to score goals from where he's playing now, even though he's playing not too bad.
Scott, how long you been listening to the show for? And
yeah, quite a while. For quite a while itself, just kind of getting the different opinions on the scenarios that's going on. Just to be fair, I think that at this moment in time, I think we've been in better positions from previous seasons. So as before, I think even the Kilmarnock game, there was a different sign where we ran the time out. The clock, even if it was a 1-0 away, I mean, we ran the clock down and we got the win, which I think is key. It doesn't matter how you get the points as long as you get the points. And I think, to be fair, I mean, before, I think we would actually drop points against Kilmarnock. It's not been the easiest place to go in the recent years. But there was a difference where that we just wanted to get the 3 points, and I think that's what's crucial. It doesn't matter how, as long as you do it. I mean, that's 2 times now we've played Aberdeen once away. Obviously, opening of the season, we beat them 1-0. That's 4-0 against them. We've played Kilmarnock twice. Hibernian, I think we should have beat them last time. It should have never been a draw. Switched off at the back, which was quite poor. They've got a silly first goal to start off with. We come back and started winning 2-1, and then we got an equaliser, which wasn't the best. But I think the only one that is kind of mutually is the Hibernian game, and I think that we just need to be on point on that away game, because last time we just won. We just won it there, in my opinion.
Okay, mate. It's all about opinions. And who's been who's been your sort of player of the season so far this season?
Right.
I'll take this, Scott. How we doing, caller?
I'm not too bad, aye.
What's your name, mate?
Andrew MacArthur.
How we doing, Andrew? First time on?
First time on. I always enjoyed listening to your show when I get to hear it. No, there was a comment about we were talking about Maradona. But
Yes.
I actually think that Paul Gascoigne was probably as good as Maradona. Scored his great goals for Rangers against Hibs at one time. Bet about 4 or 5 players put the ball in the net.
That was December 95, when that was a 7-1 game, wasn't it? When he get booked.
Aye. And then the goal, the goal he scored against Scotland as well.
That was a good goal. I just think Maradona, mate, was just, if I'm being honest, you have world class and you have great players. Maradona, genuine world class. Paul Gascoigne, great player. I just don't think that there's a comparison personally. Bridgeman?
I must agree with you there, Oxjera. I think that Maradona is probably the greatest player that's ever played, and that's only my opinion, of course, you know.
Yeah.
And I've not seen by my own eyes, but I've seen lots of games with Pelé in them, and I think Maradona.
It was an enigma to me, mate. All his great moves, he misses. The chip, the dummy.
It's just some of the things he did were excellent, and of course, he was a legend. The man was a legend. Started so you coming into the game so young, and was a star with Brazil. Wonderful teams, well built round about Pelé. But Maradona, he was Argentina. Once he get over his 19th year or something like that, he was in the bricks. He was the bricks for the Argentina team. Wonderful, wonderful player. And some of his moves were legendary. By the way, as far as Paul Gascoigne's concerned, hey, you don't get much better playing for Rangers. Tell you that. He's one of the best players that's ever been at Rangers for sure.
Yeah.
That was like an angle I had on it. That was just to say that. But also, I enjoyed Stephen Gerrard's report there he had on before that. He was talking about Rangers and about just about the team, about the building and the structure of the club and the behind the scenes stuff and everything else. Just I think Gerrard's number one.
God, Gerrard's done a fantastic job for us, Linda.
Yeah, all the stuff behind the scenes is amazing. I think I'd said to Ox, I saw the Derek Johnston video recently where he did the tour of all the improvements, and I was blown away with that. I thought that was absolutely amazing. You know, when we're talking about all the improvements, you know, Gerrard's thinking even behind the scenes, the playing staff, the coaching staff, things like the medical team, and just all the things that makes going to play for Rangers every day an absolute joy. You know, the players have got, you know, they've got everything there for them. They've got the platform. It's just going on and performing and starting to win things.
Well, that's what he came away with before, Gerrard, when he said it when he was at Liverpool. He went in, he knew the tea lady, he knew everybody by name, and everybody at the club was all happy, and it was a happy place to go to work every day.
Yeah.
And obviously he's brought that to Rangers now. He's brought that to Ibrox, and that's the way we want it.
Yeah.
So,
did I catch your name?
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Was it Andrew? Was it Andrew?
Aye, Andrew McAlpha.
All right, Andrew. Sorry, mate. I was just making a note of it. Listen, mate. Great to hear from you and yourself, Scott. Scott, it's your first time on as well, I believe, eh?
That's correct, yeah. We're going to make a point there, just about the Gascoigne thing. I mean, the game where it was Aberdeen 1-0 down, and Gascoigne came on and scored the 2 goals before obviously getting the penalty. Yeah, that one, I think that was the one they won out the 8 in a row. That year.
My trouble with that is I'm too young to remember all these games.
Love it. Brilliant.
But I mean, when you look at it as well, as you're saying about Steven Gerrard, I mean, that's I think about it is he's got a bit of class, but not only just that.
But a big bit of class.
Look at next year now as well. I mean we're going to get a Champions League spot next year to win the league anyway. But I mean, you look how good we've done in Europe now, and how the coefficiencies increased. So I think we've surpassed Turkey, and I think that's something that's not been done for a long time. So. And it's mainly down to actually Rangers that's done that, to be fair, and Steven Gerrard himself.
Here, pal. Here.
Listen, Scott, thanks for the call. We've got some more callers coming in. Really great to speak to you, mate, yeah?
Yeah, no problem at all. Thanks for
all right, and don't be afraid to phone in the future. Love speaking to you.
No problem, dude.
All right, cheers, mate.
Take
Andrew, Gerrard's been a class act for us, isn't he? Oh, Andrew?
I think he's just left, isn't it? I'm just gone.
No, sorry.
Oh, no, you're there. Okay, Andrew, sorry.
I thought it was to go to bed there.
No.
Behave yourself.
The taxi for McAlpha.
Who's impressing your good self this season, and who's
I'd say Tavernier. Tavernier's an outstanding. He's getting a bit of stick in the previous 2 years, but I think he stood up to the game. Definitely, I think he's number one. As I say, the other thing is at least we don't need to rely so much on Morelos to everybody else scoring goals.
Yeah, there's some great stats. Who's our top goal scorer minutes put on the pitch? But Morelos, he'll come good for us, I think. Richmond.
Yeah, I have to say it, and Andrew, just to say it to you, the one that's impressed me the most this season, 2 of them actually, is I quite like Kent. I think he's playing very well, but Tavernier and Goldson have been outstanding for us, really and truly, just outstanding. Sorry, was that what you're asking me there, Roxy?
No, fair comment. What I would say, Andrew, and after I take this to you, I'll take it to Linda. At different times of the season, we started that for the season, I thought Aribo started well, and Kent started well. They sort of faded. Obviously, Aribo got injured. Tav consistent, got better. Golson's been constant. Arfield's come in and had good game. Superb.
Aye, Scott Arfield's done well.
Aye. We've also been joined by Dave from Edinburgh. Evening, Dave.
Hi, Oxia. Hello, panel.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. How's it going?
No bad. Sorry, I lost what you were talking about there. What you were talking about, the game them on?
No, we were actually talking about quantum physics, mate.
Quantum physics, aye.
We were watching the Big Bang Theory. That was it.
What did you think of that Big Bang, Linda?
Well, I watched Quantum of Solace. I didn't care about quantum physics.
Quantum of Solace. I love it.
Ox is giving us a test later on, Dave, so you better start swatting.
Aye. Start studying.
He'll never do it. He's for Edinburgh. He'll never do it. Never.
Oh, that's the intellectual side of the country. You've got intellects at one side.
That's what they want you to think.
Then they'll get you at the other. What's on your mind, Dave?
No, I'm just looking forward to the game in the morning. Can't wait. I think we'll, as I said the other night, I think we'll beat them 3-1 in the morning. They're missing a few key players as well, but I'm not taking that for granted. They'll still put out a good team, eh? I just feel we've got a wee point to prove, you know. I think he'll play near enough the same side that played on Sunday. Maybe Jack's re-injury, if he doesn't make it, a wee change in there. But near enough, I think it'll be the same side on Sunday. Aye, and I'm very confident upstairs that we'll win them on.
All right, Linda, I held back to give him my side last night. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, on you go then.
All right.
Don't, he'll make you laugh.
Alan McGregor in goal, Tavernier, Connor Goldstein, Philip Halander, and Borna Barisic. Midfield, I'm assuming that Ryan Jack's not going to make it. Sir Stephen Davis, Glenn Kamara, and Joe Aribo. Scotty Arfield. Up front, Ryan Kent, Alfredo Morelos, and Joe Aribo, with Ruth on the bench. That's my team.
Right.
That's quite a good team, actually. Quite a good team.
I think he'll play Ruth instead of Aribo.
You might be right, mate. You might be right. Andrew, any thoughts?
Really speaking, if they get a kind of steady flow of the players they've had in the last couple of games, I mean, the team that played against Benfica was ideal. The way they played, right up until the very end, obviously the 3 each wasn't ideal, but, during that game, they bossed the whole game, same as the Aberdeen game.
Yeah, we clutched a draw from the jaws of victory, Dave, didn't we?
I know. We were absolutely cruising, and as I say, I think it was just concentration, wasn't it? Just a lack of concentration. We've been brilliant at game management all season, and that was the only game it was sort of didn't do the game management properly. It's just a lack of concentration. We could have been 4 or 5-1 up before they scored, couldn't we?
Linda?
Yeah, we did miss a few chances, Dave, didn't we? We had the Aribo header in the first half that could have put us, 3-1 up at half time, and then Kent missed a really good chance as well in the second half. So, I think that's the story of nearly every game of the season. We're happy with the goals that we're scoring, but we're missing chances as well. But Gerrard said there in the press conference, I think that they asked him if we had a point to prove, and he said it wasn't so much that, he just saw a determination to go out and try and win the game. But hopefully they've learned their lessons, and if we get ahead, then as you say, we need to keep it tight at the back and see the game out.
Wise words indeed.
Well, he says they're going to put their foot on the gas the morning. So he's basically saying we're going to go for it, try and qualify the morning's night, so he can maybe rotate. Well, he's rotating the players, making 5 subs anyway. They're now into. So this is what he wants to win the morning's night for. He's looking at the last 2 games and thinking, well, I can give a few fringe players a chance,
I think based on what you just said there, the last few games, Rangers have played absolutely outstanding the last few games. And I'm including the last game against Benfica. I thought they were excellent at that as well. Unfortunate, as you said earlier, just, shall we say, fell apart a wee bit in the midfield, and then all of a sudden it was up to the defence, and they weren't good enough. So the young lad that scored the 2 goals was absolutely outstanding for Benfica. I've got no complaints other than I'm disappointed. I think that Rangers should have had the game, as was said earlier. They should have had the game won. They had a couple of chances to do it, and they didn't take them. Now, we're coming to Ibrox. It's a different ball game entirely. This is when Rangers need to stand up, and the players need to stand up. This is the biggest game for years at Ibrox. For years. What an opportunity we've got. We have to step up and take it. We really do.
That's a new word, isn't it? Opportunity.
It's an upstairs toilet.
Is that in the Glasgow dictionary?
It's the West End. It's the West End.
This is from the Glasgow West End, old boy.
Oh, Bridgeman.
See, now, they do add words every year, don't they? And most of them come from Scotland.
I don't think that one will get in.
I don't think anybody can deny it's a fantastic chance for Rangers. If we can get any points at all from this game, it'll be wonderful. We get a win, you're virtually home and dry insofar as getting through. I don't know if you're going to win the group, but it's a really good chance, and it gives you a chance. We'll get 2 games at Ibrox and 1 game away. You can't really. This is a huge game for us, really and truly. I can't describe how big this is. If we do the business here and take 3 points off this team, oh my! I'll be climbing. I'll be walking in clouds. I'll
be there living with you. But the thing about it is, it's twofold. Linda, then we'll go to Andrew. Twofold. Obviously, there's a football context to get in the next round, but there's also the financial aspect.
Yeah, and probably in the second point there, Ox, is we'll be trying to win the 3 games because it is, quite important for the club, particularly in this sort of present time, that all the clubs are struggling a bit financially. But from a football perspective, he'll just want to keep this win and run going. The more games you win, the confidence builds, and they take that into the domestic scene as well, because they're playing against better players in Europe and they're taking that into the home games as well. So it's really important on both fronts.
What is it again? Is it £500,000 for a win, Oxchair?
Yes. Can you go, Andrew?
No, I was going to say it's a good status thing as well. If we do top that league when it comes at the end of the time, because in past years haven't achieved that. So if they to the next.
Any comeback? Dave?
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree with what Andrew was saying there. It's, to be honest now, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, topping the group, where will that put us from will we be in a seeded round or something like that? Will we be one of the top teams, or would it be, shall we say, would it be better for us if we finish second and get a lesser team to play in the next round? That's all I was thinking, That's all I was thinking.
No, as far as I know, if you top the group, then you get inferior teams, or you get teams that are a wee bit less better.
No, but we're not. Okay, would that be Group A? I don't know if the groups are high or low, or whether it's just it's A, B, C, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah. No, if you win the group, you get seeded.
Yeah.
So you get seeded in the
so
top.
You're going to have a lesser, hopefully lesser teams. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I've also heard if we get to the last 16 like we did last year, it's worth somewhere in the region of about 18 million. I don't know if that's true, but I saw that on one of the podcasts or something on the telly. It was worth about 18 million to the club.
Obviously, that'll depend how your results go, because if we could win the next 3 games, there's an extra.
I'm saying if you get to the last 16, Oxtail, I mean, obviously you have to get out the group first, last 32, win that, and then you're in the last 16. If you do that, that's what they're saying. Get to the last 16, it's worth about 18 mil. That wipes out that what you were talking about earlier,
Yeah, it's a wonderful chance, isn't it? Wonderful chance.
Fox has had to be outside for a while, Bridge. There's somebody turned up with a banner. Oh, Fox is all right. Bridgeman.
It doesn't say sack the Bridgeman, does it?
No, Bridget. I hope Fox is all right. Big banner.
It's a big banner.
I see the Oxford, the coefficients looking good again tonight. The two, what do you call them? Dynamo Kiev and Shakhtar Donetsk both got heavily beat, didn't they?
If we win, we'll single-handedly get Scotland to Champions League.
Automatic place, no next season, the season after. You're talking straight into the Champions League group stages. So I know we're going to win the league this year, but we'll win it next year and we're straight into the group stages.
Just remember the House of Cards. I hope Fox is going to be all right, Bridge.
Where is he?
The banner.
Did you send him out? Did you send him out to chase the boys with the banners?
Oh,
well, what kind of banner was it? No, I'm falling into this, isn't I? What banner was it?
It says the view from the bridge is very astute. For God's sake, Bridge, get off mute.
Brilliant. I love it.
Oh, sorry, Dave. Sorry. Childish fault, Dave.
That's all right.
You guys, Dave, you'll notice how I get picked on you. You watch it?
No. Yeah. How about you guys? Are you all confident for the Monday night? I'm not being overthinking it. See the way we're playing now. I'm just really, really confident. I'm not taking them for granted. No way.
I'm really looking forward to it, Dave.
I'm looking. I can't wait, Oxford. But are you guys confident? I'm just really confident we'll beat them the Monday night.
Andrew?
We've never lost at home to a Portuguese team either. 7 wins and 2 draws.
Listen, Dave, I'm just going to give you a wee... Listen, when Port Bears no here, I do the stats and I do the jokes, all right? On you go, Andrew.
No, I can see Rangers winning 2 or 3-0 tomorrow night. Why not? I mean, you say they scored 3 away goals. There's no problem scoring at Ibrox. They scored as many as that at Ibrox anyway.
You're making my night, guys. You're making my night. That's fantastic stuff.
It is some stat that you think of the quality of the Portuguese teams, Dave, that we've never lost.
Yeah. Braga was the one that came the closest, wasn't it?
Aye. We've played quite a few. You know, we've obviously not always won the ties, but we've done pretty well against Portuguese teams over the piece, particularly.
Yeah. And like Andrew says there, I can't see us no scoring the morning night. The way we're playing, if we play the way we're playing, which I can't see why we won't, I can't see us not scoring.
Sorry,
we're
going to have a tune. We're going to have a tune. Is that all right with you, Bridge?
Oh, fantastic. As long as there's no that opening one for the... Never mind. I'm not going to say anymore.
Just, by the way, just so you know, Bridget, the banner was nothing to do with me. It was all Mr. Fox's work.
Mr. Fox.
Just before you go to a tune, I just want to say that Derek McInnes, he couldn't even beat Hamilton tonight. Done my cooping.
What
was the score? What was the score?
One each.
But he did say they were very unlucky and everything's striving against them, Dave.
Very unlucky.
That's done my cooping.
Of course, COVID will be to blame for that. COVID will be to blame for that.
Right, sure. Get yourself in mute. We're going to have a tune.
A trip to Eyebrow, my favourite team for to cheer, where they were playing the Glasgow Celtic on the first day of the year. Now the ground was filled to capacity as the teams come out to play. The animals sang the soldiers' song, and the people sang Dolly Gray. Now half time it came a wanking, The Glasgow Celtic were in the lead. Finian Tully was running everywhere, shaking his rosary beads, while the green flags, they were flying high. Celtic hearts were full of pride. The second half, sure, it started, and the Rangers, they turned the tide. Won't you play up the Glasgow Rangers? Oh, play up the boys in blue. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. We're here to cheer for you. Now the ball goes out to Walker, and from 30 yards he did score. Sure, you couldn't hear your ears at Ibrox Park, for the sash my father wore. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. Sammy Cox is on the ball. He slips it through to Willie Woodbarn. Then on for to Ian McCall to Billy Simpson. Oh, here come the boys in blue. Well, Simpson beats the Celtic centre half, and then goes number 2. Now the Rangers fans are roaring. Jardine Young, he takes a free onto the head of William Simpson, and then goes number 3, while it's 3-1 for the Rangers. That was the final score. A happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Fenians once more.
Go on,
A
Bridgie
happy
boy.
new year from Ibrox Park. I love that song. Absolutely
I
brilliant.
thought that was Oxter singing.
No, he can't sing. He's rubbish.
Oh, wait a minute, Bridge. They need
He's not very good at football either, let me tell you.
It sounded like his voice.
Did you think so?
Dave, thanks very much.
I'm miming. I'm just miming.
A bit of Val Doonigan in there.
Val Doonigan.
That's Bridgie's favourite singer, Ben Doonigan.
Were you sitting in that wee comfy chair there when you were singing that?
I love cardigan. I love what cardigan.
A lovely cardigan. I mean, a nice big pullover here, aye.
That was Bridgie's favourite singer, Ben Doonigan.
It gets worse and worse. That's shocking, by the way.
Right, where are we? I think we're going to be joined by the voice of reason in a second. We're just waiting for Bob Ger to join us.
Voice of reason?
Oxter, before he comes on, you were saying Hollander for the Morns night. Do you know, I think he'll play Balogun for the boy with the pace.
No, I don't.
You know, it cut us open in the last game.
No, I think he'll go with Hollander. I don't know why, Dave. I've nothing to back it up. I just feel that he thinks he's top 10.
I would normally go for Hollander. I know I would normally agree with you. I'm just thinking with the boy with the pace, Ken, for the last game, with getting the equaliser.
He's no fit with COVID. He's out.
Is he out? The one that scored the equaliser. I thought he was still fit. I knew there's a few of them out.
Anyway,
well, that's good news then.
Bob Ger, how we doing, Bob Ger?
Oxter, how you doing, pal?
All right, mate. Your good self.
Oh, no bad. Feeling a wee bit better tonight. I was feeling a bit after the last couple of nights, you know. Wasn't my usual sharp self, but no, I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm better tonight. I'd just like to say I listened to the top of the programme. You're talking about the finances at Rangers.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like the rest of you. When I stood in the pub, the amount of HMRC experts I met was unbelievable. I didn't care how they all never went out into building sites and factories the next day.
I don't know how people with gyros knew so much about tax.
That's right. There's plenty of time to think about it because they've been in the house for the last 28 years, sitting drinking cans of tenants, looking at Sky all day. Anyway, well, that's a fact. I mean, I've got news for a lot of them. That Rangers are in a far more healthier, secure financial position, and they've been in a hell of a long time. And I'm not a financial expert, but I'm not in it either. And then is any else because some of the rubbish that gets spoken about Rangers' finances is terrible. Right away, this will be banner headlines in the papers the morning, I presume.
What's that?
What? The state of Rangers' finances.
No,
it's already been talked about, pal. It's last over a use.
Oh, you just carrying on for last week? Yeah, nice. Sorry, my mistake.
But
as long as we keep winning on the park, the finances will take care of itself.
Well, that's right, David, because at the end of the day, like it's been well documented that the assets are running about the park. We've got more valuable assets than we've had for a long, long time. Under Advocate, all the assets cost a lot of money. These have been young fellas that have been brought in and nurtured and brought up to perform, and people can see how well they're doing, and the assets are running about the park, so I wouldn't worry about Rangers' financial position.
And that squad's worth about 200 million now.
Yes.
The whole squad, yes. I mean, the whole squad.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to say, all you Western people, this is our fourth having a discussion about Rangers, so you can take a wee back seat for a moment.
I've been writing in the lobby so people understand the two use as quick as I can,
Oxford, sorry to butt in, but talking about the finances, whatever happened to HMRC chasing the rest of the clubs down south that done the EBTs and all that? Remember the test case? I've not heard anything about Arsenal and all that getting chased.
Arsenal, Liverpool, the two that I knew about, mate, both got to settle.
Because I've not heard nothing about that, because I would like to think they're not letting them away with that, because they chased us to the hill.
They both settled, mate. Both settled.
Nice.
Anyway, enough about that. Enough
about that. Okay. It's good news on the way.
Dr. Michael Kelly.
One at a time. Right?
Michael Kelly.
Right. You mind that?
We've got a big game tomorrow night. First and foremost, football match.
Yes.
Great tie. Rangers at home to Benfica. Two European giants having a sort of, if you like, a sort of knockout. A game where the winners potentially could win the group tomorrow night. Well, as good as. Great game. Looking forward to it. Your thoughts?
Well, I agree with the big in there, with Big Davy. I've got the same sentiment as him. I think that their back four, to me, look a wee bit ropey. All right, they went down to 10 men. Without the boy Otamendi, that's him that played with Manchester City, am I right? When he got sent off in the first game. But I thought that, they would need to shore up their back four. And to me, they looked a bit, I didn't want to use a term like flat-footed, but they looked a wee bit wide, a wee bit open. We were getting, as Davy says earlier on there, we could have scored 4 or 5 against them. And I really believe that we'll make chances against them and we'll get joy. As long as we don't lose them all night, we'll be in pole position in that group. I'm confident of that.
Linda?
Yeah, I would agree with Bob, Ger. And I think there's definitely goals in the game. We'll score. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We're creating lots of chances. It's just whether we can keep them out. But I think probably I'm going for 3-1 Rangers tomorrow night.
Well, Linda, that's what I went for, 3-1 and all.
I'm just reading there, Aberdeen get 2 goals chopped off.
Oh, that's even better. That's even better.
Oh, Derek McInnes will not let that go.
I'm only kidding, Dave.
Can I ask a question? See the boy Otamendi that gets sent off? He's automatically banned, yeah? For the
he's automatically banned.
He's Otamendi banned.
I got a
nice one, Oxford.
I'll have to watch tonight. The jokes are flying thick tonight. Very good.
Is that Linda? She's quite naughty, Bridge, isn't she?
A bad influence.
She's a shocker, I'll tell you that. She's a shocker.
How does that tune go, Bridge, again with the Bridge man? I'm going to see if Fox will come in, get his view about tomorrow night. How does it go, Bridge?
What the fuck, ding 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 ding. Ah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Come on, let's ding
ding ding ding ding.
That's
Ding
it.
ding 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 ding.
It's just like that. Yeah. Good
People
on you,
want to
pal.
hear your team for tomorrow night. Bring us in with your jingle, Mr. Fox. Come on.
Dear, dear.
Give us your team for tomorrow night, Fox.
Ding 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 ding. I love it.
My team for tomorrow night is Alan McGregor in goal, Taverner, Balogun and Barisic. Midfield of Kamara, Stephen Davis and Scotty Arfield. And up front, Ruth, Morelos and Kent.
Thanks for that. And that's what the Fox says.
That was my team.
That's my team.
That was my team as well.
Yeah.
Goldson and Balogun, he said.
Oh, sorry, pal. Do apologise.
I think he mistook Goldson, but I think we know what he meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my team as well. It's the exact same team.
That's what if
Jack was fit, if Jack was fit, he might play, but I think it's going to be that team. It's near enough the team that won on Sunday, isn't it?
Pretty much, but I mean, we're bringing in Bob Chair, we're bringing in Stephen Davis, Glenn Kamara. It's tremendous.
Hello. Aye.
Bob.
You asking me for my team?
Aye, give us your team, Bob.
Oh, it's probably just along the same lines as Big Davy's team there. Aye, well, Alan McGregor, Taverner, Golson. I'm torn between Balogun. I would give Balogun the nod. He's a good player, the boy. Barisic, Davis, Arfield. I'm torn between there. Rebo's done so well, you know. Rebo's done so well. Aye, stick a Rebo in there. Alfie, Ruth, and Ken. How's that grab you? That's a strong lineup. Either way you look at it, whatever we pick, it's always going to be a strong lineup.
No Glenn Kamara in it. It's tremendous that we're debating Marlene quality players.
Well, that's you know, that's why I sort of deliberated on a Rebo there. I would start with a Rebo.
I thought about that as well, Bob Gerrard, but I don't think he'll go with two attacking midfielders. No for Benfica. He done it against Aberdeen because they were missing players, didn't he?
Aye. But he says he's going to go for it. He says he's going to go for it.
He did say that, but I think he'll still play two sitters, Kamara and Davis, and let Arfield join the attack.
Can you come, Linda?
Yeah, that's what I've gone for, Ox. I've got basically the same team I think as Fox said. I've got Kamara, Davis and Arfield, and if Jack was fit, I would actually move Arfield up front and Ruth would sit out. So my back midfield would be Kamara, Davis and Jack, and I would have Arfield, Morelos and Kent up front. And I've gone for Balogun just because I think he played at the weekend, and I do think out of the two of them, he seems to be the paciest as well.
Yeah, agreed, Linda. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bridgeman, if people want to join us, give us their thoughts and a build up to a massive game tomorrow night. What's the number?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at
ding,
Skype.
Ding, ding, ding.
Join us at Skype at Rangers. You'll be brought in the call. The old school boy Fox. Don't make me laugh.
It's the wrong person you're singing that to.
Ox, dear, that was the phone ringing. Ding, 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 ding.
It's the wrong person you're singing that to. That's Fox's song.
Yeah, you need to change it to Gangnam Style.
That is Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style. Great song, eh?
That is what
you don't notice we're on a high for the mornings. We're on a high.
Absolutely.
We're on a brilliant mood.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, you know.
Because you know why? Because we can't see any other than the Rangers win.
Well, let's hope so. Didn't forget we are playing a high quality side, but you're a high quality side as well. You're a high quality side as well. We can do it.
We're a good team. We're a really good team, and we've got a really good opportunity tomorrow night. And we've played.
Yes. Yeah.
played a really good team a couple of weeks ago, and with a bit of luck, we'll get through this. With a bit of luck.
Yeah.
All right,
as long as we're not complacent.
Wait a minute. Wait till your name's mentioned, right? Bridgeman, need to date properly. What's the number if people want to join us?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. We've brought in a call with Fox or Old School Blue. Phone in, hang up, and you can come in and talk to Bob and Dave.
Bob and Dave can talk.
The Bob and Dave show.
Once you come out your shell, you'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
But no, see, as long as we're no complacent, play the way we've been playing, I'm confident. Wonder 3-1, I'd go with you.
Yeah, that would be great. Any victory would do, but if it's 3-1 and we've got a relatively straightforward night, then I think that's what we would all hope for, eh?
Listen, it seems bizarre. See the next 4 games, it's different games. I'd take 4 Bridgemans and then regroup and then come again.
Yeah.
Well, even against
definitely
Falkirk.
agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Even against Falkirk, change the squad, give fringe players a game. Maybe you might find it, but some people might surprise, might be playing, and you might have Defoe playing or getting a start, and Kent might not be playing, and Stewart might play, and Big Bassey might play, and it'll be interesting. Bit of bad news for the press conference about Zunga, so I hope that's not going to be Rangers bad luck with a new signing. Bob, Jer?
I wouldn't know the extent of Zunga's injury. Was it a knee knock or something? He picked up in international duty.
I think he said 10 days, didn't he? At least 10 days about.
Yeah.
7 to 10 days, aye.
Well, this is for your pool kicks, and I mean we're well blessed with quality midfield players. So I didn't want to make a statement like this, but Zunga shouldn't be too much of a miss at the moment. He is looking for fitness, isn't he? I didn't think Zunga would have featured tomorrow night.
No, but I think he might have featured the Falkirk.
Aye,
he would have played on Sunday, aye. Before we've seen him for half an hour, haven't we?
Aye.
Or a full half, or whatever it was, a full half maybe.
Against Hamilton, aye. He wasn't too stressed in that either. But no, Zunga will come in good time. We've got, as we keep saying night after night, that we've got a really good squad of players, especially in midfield. So we'll be compensated. Don't forget, there's a possibility Jack might not be playing either. But again, like you've been quoting tonight, your midfield, Kamara, Davis, Arfield, Aribo, that's not too bad, is it?
No.
Yeah. And it's a good time to pick up May time's a good time, but it's a good time now, if you know what I mean, because he wouldn't have played the morning's night anyway. So and he'll be back. He'll be back for the league games.
All right, we've been joined by Bathgate there. Evening, Bathgate.
All right, lads. I just want to make a quick note. Right, I've been listening in. Cheers for the mention, Bridgeman. I just want to say, see that Celtic game. Ibrox. I think we'll put a team like that, right? Because we've been training up, each weekend, for games coming up like this. So that's my thought. So he'll put out like a team that's got to play for Celtic game. I believe that totally.
That's a big statement, but I don't believe a manager plans 10 games in front, mate. I really don't.
Well, for this one, I think it is.
Well, hard work before that Bathgate there. Sorry.
On you go, Bridge.
Yeah, it's very difficult to gauge what the manager's thinking. I dare say he is thinking as far ahead of that on his own, with but not round about the team. I would suggest that his thoughts are with his coaches insofar as ending out with 3 or 4 weeks, and if they're doing it at all, truth be told. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were, but I don't know. I agree with you to a certain extent, and I think I picked you up saying they're going to put out a team that'll fight, and I hope that's what they do. Every single game, I hope that's what they do. We need to build up points every week as much as possible. That's what I say.
It's just because it's on lockdown, COVID. I think he could surprise us early, because I know we're only a couple of points, per week anyway, because it's getting fast. It's been a fast season. So that's why I said that.
It's been thick and fast. Linda?
Yeah, I would agree that I don't think he would plan that far ahead, but I can see the point that Bathgate's making. That's going to be a massive game for us. And obviously, by the time we get to that game, we could be further ahead. We might not be. We'll just have to wait and see. But the game tomorrow night is a big game. They're going to come out and they're probably going to have a go. So I don't think there'll be any sitting in by them. But I don't think he'll plan that far ahead. But I know the point that Bathgate's trying to make.
Well, we've been joined by Alec. How we doing, Alec?
Good evening, Ox here, Bridgeman, Linda, the panel there. How are we doing?
Alec, how you doing?
Listen, well, I've got the three of you on, Bob Gia, Alec and Big Dave for Edinburgh. Fox has asked me to ask you, will you take part in the Rangers Radio Nativity play? We're short a few donkeys.
Absolutely.
What does that make you, Bridge? What does that make you? And
dear.
Linda, there's only one part for you in it, I'm afraid.
I know.
The angel.
You don't need
the
to
boy
tell
angel.
me.
That's the only day of the year she doesn't give me a dirty look.
I'll just be the angel.
Alec, how we doing, mate?
I'm good. Yourselves?
All right, mate. We're really looking forward to this game tomorrow night. What's your thoughts?
Oh, I'm quite confident, really.
Good.
I'm sure we'll get a result. I think it'll be 1-0 or 2-0 Rangers.
I'll take that. And what's your team?
All day long.
What's your team?
Alan McGregor, Tav, Connor Golson, Balogun, and Barrich. Midfield, that's quite a dilemma in there. Taking it, would you call it, Ryan Jacks on fit. I'd play Stevie Davis, Glenn Kamara, and I'm debating between here Scott Arfield and Aribo, but I'll go for Scott Arfield. And the three front guys would be Kent, Morelos, Ruth. That's my team.
All right.
Don't know you'd be far away there, Dave.
All right. Aye. Everybody's teams are pretty similar, but if somebody's got Ruth playing or Rebo playing, or you've got Arfield playing instead of Kamara, nobody seems to be getting too upset, and that's a real compliment. Bob Gia.
Well, yeah, aye. It's as you said, Oxford, the teams are all pretty similar. One of us is going to get it on the head, on the nail. But I would agree with Dave there. Every team you've mentioned is a really strong lineup. It's going to be a threat to Benfica. And that's the main thing. And I think we can beat them.
Well, can I come in, Oxford?
Yes, mate.
I was just going to say, listening to the guys with their teams and all that, it's just marvellous. We're so happy and confident the way things are. And we'll get a great squad. Absolutely marvellous squad. And no matter what team you pick, you've got a sort of secondary team that'll just fit straight in with them. And I just wonder what our manager is going to do. By the way, he's always surprised us, so I won't be surprised if there's a change in that. But no, really good, well played, guys. Great discussion and great choice for the team.
Dave, Edinburgh, it's a real compliment to what Gerrard's done, and then we'll go to Linda. I mean, you don't realise, do we?
No, it's brilliant, isn't it? And the bench will be strong as well. You'll have if that's the team he goes with, what we all seem to be agreeing on, he'll have quality on the bench as well, because he'll have Itten, Defoe, Aribo, who else? Hollander, Bassey. I mean, the bench missed out a couple, obviously, but the bench will... Hadji. Nobody's mentioned Hadji. I mean, do you think he'll throw in a wee surprise among, because he sometimes does do a wee surprise for us, doesn't he?
Who did you mention there, Bob?
I'm saying it. Big Davy's talking about Hadji there. I just said it's possibly. Aye, good. You could put Hadji in tomorrow night. Yep.
We've almost forgot about him, haven't we? I just remembered about him there now. He's been forgotten about the last few games. He came on against Aberdeen, didn't he, for the last, half hour? He done all right. David.
Cast your mind back to Sunday about the 5 substitutions he made. Look at the strength. 5 quality off and 5 quality on.
Aye, the bench is so strong as... Yeah, and you're just missing Jack and Zunga, Aye, so I'm like you get. I'm confident. Not overconfident. As long as I'm not complacent, I'm confident we'll do the business them on.
All right. Linda, give us your prediction.
Well, I think I said 3-1, and I hope it's just a game that, it's quite straightforward, and I hope it's not anything like the last one. We were kind of hanging on and then we concede and we maybe get a draw or even, obviously, a defeat. But I'm going for 3-1. I'm not overconfident. I think we're playing well. I think if we go out, we play, as you say, Ox, we will do well. A draw wouldn't be the end of the world, but I think we've got a great opportunity to get a win, boost the finances and just seal that place, and I'm hopeful that the guys will do it.
Basket.
Right, so with Hadji, I think he's light, so he'll fall down quite a lot, and that'll create wee sneaky, lucky chances. You never know. Lights under Ibrox, it'll be gritting your teeth moment with that. And do you think Rangers will start playing 3 at the back more on the away games because we're confident?
I don't think there's a hope. We'll not change your system, mate. We've got a system which is a 4-3-3, and he's not changing it.
Yeah, I agree with Oxford, because I thought he'd go 3 at the back a few weeks ago and it never happened. He's not done it once. He done it last season and it didn't work. And I thought he'd try it this season, and he's never tried it. And I agree with Oxford. There's no way he'll try the 3 at the back.
I think a 3-2 tomorrow. But it'd be nice to have a clean sheet and go all the way in the weekend and then continue. One game at a time, Bridgeman.
One game at a time, pal. Absolutely.
All it takes is us to slip up with COVID, or in it to win it. So that's what I'm going for.
Well done, pal. Well done.
Anyway,
that's it.
Alex, where's the strength of your team for you?
I think it's just the team spirit. Everybody knows their job. As I say, what you call it before, the squad is absolutely unbelievable. Then what you've got on the bench, you've got all the options that you can change it around a bit. They seem to be, what you call it, they all know their roles. They've got the tactics right. One of the things I think that's overlooked with Rangers at the moment is the disciplinary compared to the previous years.
Yes.
We've been absolutely, the discipline in the park is paramount as well. You don't see so many, what you call it, bookings and silly tackles in that. Touch wood. Hope it doesn't happen tomorrow night. But that's the thing I've noticed from the beginning. Disciplinary records. It's quite outstanding at the moment.
Yeah.
We've not had a red card
this season, have we?
One at a time. I'll say your names, and then you come in.
There's definitely calmness about the team yet, and they're playing with good, what you call it, fluid, and they're confident. And you're not going to break up that system because they all know exactly what they're doing, who you're bringing on, who you're taking off. And it's been successful now, and I'm almost sure it'll be successful tomorrow night as well.
Big Dave.
That's something I never really thought about there. He's talking about the disciplinary there. We've not had a red card, have we? I I don't think we've had many yellow cards. If you compare it to last season, I don't know. But that's, and you're talking about the strength of the team, Oxtear. I think it's the front five, the front six, if you want to call it. Because teams aren't getting the ball, so we're defending for the front. If teams can't get the ball, they can't punish us. You know what I mean? So we're keeping the ball. And obviously the back four, well, back two really, because your full backs are up there and all. But if they're not getting the ball, they're not going to penetrate our midfield, and they're not going to penetrate our back four. So I think the strength is coming for the midfield and the front, the interchange in, dropping back, and them running beyond, keeping the ball, keeping it moving. A bit like, as I said the other night, a bit like Liverpool, we just keep the ball, we pass teams to death, and if they can't get the ball, they can't punish us.
All right, okay. I think we've been joined by, yes, we have been just coming in the boys' gate. We've been joined by Robert. Evening, Robert.
Evening, Ox, and everyone listening, and everyone on the panel tonight. Good evening. Good to be on the show.
Evening, Robert.
Evening.
All right, Robert.
Evening, Robert.
I've got you doing the innkeeper in the Rangers Radio Nativity play.
Sorry?
I put you down for the innkeeper.
Yeah, put me down for that. That's fine with me.
How we doing, Robert? What's on your mind, mate?
Oh, mate, buzzing, look forward to tomorrow night, and all I would say was my line-up consistency. This is the biggest game of the season, as Bridgeman said. This is the best team we've played this year. We're up against tomorrow night. So a wee bit of caution, guys. Don't take them lightly. Don't listen to all this. There's 9 players missing. They'll be strong. They'll put out a good team. But we've got just as good a team, if no better. So for this big game, the biggest game of the season, I want the big hitters in there tomorrow night. And what I mean is Sir Stephen Davis, Philip Hollander and Glenn Kamara. To me, they're 3 of our biggest hitters. And so they will be playing. And I think my team's the same as yours, Ox. McGregor, Captain Tavernier, Barisic, Golston, Hollander, Stephen Davis, Glenn Kamara, Scotty Arfield, Aribo, Morelos and Kent. That's my team for tomorrow.
All right, mate. Aye, mate. I mean, everybody's teams are pretty. There's a lot of similarities to most of the teams, but where we were and where we are now, Robert, it's night and day. And the quality of player that we're arguing about playing. If you play Kamara, you play Arfield, you play Ruford, you play Aribo up there. It's just when you think back 2.5 years, mate. It's just remarkable.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. That's the dilemma the manager's got in it. Who does he say? And as Big Stevie always touches on, if after the first 6 or the first 5, you could pick for anybody. And that's the thing, isn't it? And I'm not having B Roof in there for the start, and I thought he'd a cracking game on Sunday. I'm just going I'm looking for legs tomorrow night, plenty of pace, and Scotty Arfield. I just don't think at this moment you can leave that guy out. I think that guy's been absolutely outstanding this season. And likes of Glenn Kamara, I think he always does it in Europe. Sir Stephen Davis, when you play a big game, whether it's Benfica or it's the puddle drinkers, you've got to have Sir Stephen Davis in that team, haven't you? He's to be orchestra. He just pulls all the strings that he did in Benfica the first game. If you watch it after 10-15 minutes, he came on his own and he was outstanding in that game. And I think this is the type of game Sir Stephen will just pull all the strings, and I'm quietly confident. I don't think it'll be a 3 or a 4-1. I'll be honest with you, Ox, my heart tells me 2-1 to Rangers, but my head tells me it's going to be a 1 each draw. And I hope my head's wrong, my heart's right.
Mm-hmm. Listen, mate, we're playing a decent side, Robert, but we're not playing any mugs here.
Definitely, they're a very decent side, even with all the players they've got missing. They'll still have 20-30 million pound players on that park. Let's no kid ourselves. They're a really, really good team. So, but quietly confident, and just can't wait. It's just a shame there's not going to be 50,000 bears in that stadium tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm. You're here. So that's me, innkeeper, 3 donkeys. That's me sorted them out tonight.
Well, at least you never said 3 asses.
I'm not going to them yet.
I'm being polite.
Stop talking with my sister-in-law like that.
Shocker. Shocker.
What do you think? Fox is Joseph? Foxton is Joseph. And I think that makes you Mary, Linda.
I'm okay with that.
Oh dear, it's a wise man I'm struggling with. It's a wise man I'm struggling with.
Does any know how Jesus got his name?
Go on then.
No. No, the three wise men, they were all sitting round about this bairn in a manger, and they were all, arguing about what they crying about, Wee Willie or Hughie or Tam or whatever. And the three wise men walked in and with the gold, frankincense and myrrh, and one of them stood in a rate and hit him right in the face, and he was, oh, Jesus Christ. So that's it.
Thanks for the call, Bob. Don't be a stranger. I'll speak to you soon.
Ox, you stick to the jokes.
Thanks, Robert. You know how it was.
Hey, Bob, that was the worst joke we've heard tonight, I'll tell you.
Well, there's a few more badges that are all over for us. I got to see. You're all up there anyway.
Come in a minute, Ox.
Yes, Fox, in you come.
I'm reasonably confident about winning tomorrow night as well, but when you look at the opposition, 37, I think, Portuguese titles, 26 Portuguese cups, have won the Champions League twice. I can remember feeling like this back in the year we got to the UEFA Cup final when we were in the Champions League group at the same stage. After 3 games, 7 points, thinking we would go through to the next round, and it never turned out like that. So a wee air on the caution side that we shouldn't be too overconfident with this side.
They're a good side, Fox. They're a good side, yeah. And
I have to agree with Fox. I have to agree.
If you think about it, if we do get a 2-each draw or a 1-each draw, yeah, it's not the best result, but we're still beating them in the head-to-head. Robert?
Definitely, and to be honest with you, I draw wouldn't be the worst result, because what them we've got standard wage at Ibrox, you know what I mean? And if we won that would give us 11 points, and that would be us definitely through. So, I mean, I draw was the worst result tomorrow night, but if we could just go out there and if we could just make up, as I say, for that last game, because we should have seen that last game out. But so if we could go out there tomorrow night and just get that one and basically guarantee, and as we've all been talking about it earlier on as well, money's a lot to do with this as well. I think Linda touched on it. Is it like £500,000 for a win? I don't know what you get for a draw, and I don't know if you get for a defeat. So money to me is basically the way this coronavirus is going. Every point, do you know what I mean? We don't just want a point. We want 3 points. And if we could get 9 points out of the last 3 games, that's a lot of money for us.
It's a big factor. The cash is a big factor, Alex.
Well, it definitely is. That's the goal, isn't it? But I honestly think we'll beat this team. I really do think Rangers will beat them. Because when we lose a ball, we retrieve it within about 5-10 seconds. And we play right on there, the pressure up the front. And I'm sure we can take this team. And that's me no overconfident, because I'm not usually that way about European football. But I really believe Rangers can beat Benfica tomorrow night.
And Alex, can I ask you something? Do you think they'll come the way they normally play? I'll ask him, they'll play with a high line? Because if they do, I think that could suit us. Do you not think so?
I think that's the way they'll play.
Yeah, so do
They're full of stars. They're full of stars, that team. We know how good they are. We just spoke there about their past record. It doesn't matter who they bring in. They're a class team as well. But Rangers are a right good team now. As I said before, I honestly think the pressing we do, as I say, we lose the ball within 5-10 seconds. We retain it again, and we're away again. I definitely believe I've got enough there just to get over the line here, whether it's 1-0 or 2-0. That's my forecast with it.
I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. I'm looking forward to the game of football, because I thought the actual game of football, even though it was they didn't end up, we were all a bit sick with the way it ended, but as a spectacle, I thought it was a great game of football, the game in Benfica. Big Dave.
Aye, it was a great game of football, aye. Brilliant. It was just a pity we come away with the draw, wasn't it? I'm not being overconfident. It's just because of the way we're playing, and you're forgetting we're a right good side now. We're a proper team. You're playing like a proper team, and as we say, we're hunting them down. We get the ball back, we play it, we pass it. The movement is fantastic. I'm just confident we'll score at least a couple of goals in one. As I say, I'm going for a 3-1. It's no overconfidence. Gerrard will not let them be, complacent. The fans can be complacent, but the team certainly won't be complacent. Gerrard will have that drilled into them. They're a good side, and they'll know that anyway. They'll know that, and they'll be going for it the more. So I'm going for a 3-1. I'm quite confident.
Can I come in, Knox, here?
On you go, Bridge.
I was just going to say, I'm trying to say that as far as I'm concerned, look, I don't know if I think it was Alec and Robert. We need to put a wee bit in my opinion, we need to hold back just a wee bit, because this team are really good. They're a really good team. They've got a few players who aren't available to them, but I don't think they've got Derek McInnes as their manager. So they're going to come out and they're going to play to the best of their ability, because I'm sure that the substitutes that they've got are worth a few quid as well. I can't imagine them not being. I don't know them, but I can't imagine them not being. So Rangers have to be very, very aware. They know that we're at home, and they'll come out and they'll have a game plan to play who they would play away from home, and they're going to put that game plan into being. We need to be very wary of them in the first few minutes, maybe first 10-15 minutes. Get the game settled down to our way, and then see if you can make inroads. You make inroads with them, get yourself on the front foot, then the game starts for you, and that's what we need. We need the game to start for us, and see how they take us. We are a good team, no matter what anyone says, and they know it. They know it. We went out there and scored 3 goals against them, so they know it.
Is it all right if I come in there? Yep, just to add to that.
When you go back.
Right, so just look at the opponent, try and suss them out. We've been doing it for our previous Celtic games, right? I'm not trying to say it's got to be a Celtic game, even though, the team might not be like that, like I said earlier. But just suss them out, get their key points, and try and hit them hard, meaning every weak point, take it in the first half and just outclass them. That's all Rangers need today, and they've been doing it through Europa League, and that's how they've started this year, is just outclass. Know the opponents in Europa League and see weekends, just analyse that and get the result, and that's it.
Wanda, and you come?
Yeah, I think Gerrard and his backroom team will have done all the analysis and will benefit from having played them only a few weeks ago, and there'll be quite a lot of lessons that they'll have learned as well. I mean, he said that today, Ox, the questions were all around, it was a great performance in Benfica, and I think he says it was a good performance, but there was lessons to be learned. But I think he'll also see it as an opportunity, as we've said, to go and get the win without being complacent, be respectful, but he'll think that we're good enough to win that game tomorrow night.
It's like he'll learn from his mistakes. It's like he'll learn from his mistakes in Europa League and just get a good result, and we'll be all happy, and we'll just wait for the 55 train to come, and when it hits, we'll be mascallarons at your house, Bridge, don't worry.
Oh, it's big enough.
You're right there, pal.
Me and Lizzie Bear were saying that the other night. Just, Bridge House, we'll have a party, we'll get the sash on, we'll just jam it. Like there's no tomorrow, eh?
I've heard it's big enough to take 50,000.
Aye, get a barbecue and everything, eh? Scottish well.
Yeah, that's shocking, by the way.
We wouldn't, trust me, we wouldn't get to Bridges' house. We wouldn't get to Old across the moat.
No. Yeah. Can I come in here?
Can you come, Bob?
Can I get out? Well, before I go, it's dub time again. Before I go, there's one thing you've all noticed about Rangers this year, obviously. Rangers have got 2 of the best attacking fullbacks in British football. And they've not just proved it in the SPL, where Rangers are always going to get forward against teams. They've proved it in Europe as well. Tavernier embarrasses us. They get so much quality into the box. Not every time, but almost every time. and the team plays in such a system that can get it wide to the fullbacks, who can cut past people, get to the byline, get the ball cut back, and then create chances. I didn't see anything different tomorrow night. We'll play the same system, play the same way, and I think Rangers will win 2-1. So, thanks everybody for having me once again. Have a really good night, and I hope the next time I speak to you, we're all on a high after a victory over Benfica. And all the best to you.
Cheers, Bob.
Nice to hear from you.
Cheers, Bob.
Thank
Good
you.
night, Bob.
Cheers.
Oh, bye now.
Good night.
I don't know, you get Bob and Big Dave a show just for them and for East Coasters. What do you think, Linda?
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
Big Dave's not saying anything.
I'm here, I'm listening. I just didn't want to cut in case he says, wait till his name's called. That's what my wife normally says to me. Wait till your name's called. Did he touch that food yet?
You were going to say she says next. Oh dear. Right, okay. So what? I get Fox. Are you still there, mate?
I am.
I get your point, mate. I mean, it's a cracking game to look forward to. You get into it thinking, okay, it's a European tie because of where we're sitting in the league. It feels a wee bit like a knockout game, and we're ahead because we've got the 3 away goals. But you can't take anything for granted. You're playing against these sides. They can pick you off if it's no your night, you know.
Without a doubt, when the group first was drawn, I think we were playing for second place. And I think most Rangers fans would agree with that. We were probably thinking Benfica would beat everybody in the group, but it hasn't turned out like that. And now we have got a chance to strike a blow and claim our place very early in the competition with 2 games to go for me. And if we take that chance, I'll be more than happy.
I think you're just being realistic, mate.
Just try to keep my feet in the ground, mate, and then we'll go on and win the treble, and that'll be me even happier.
Can I come in up there?
Yes, on you go, Dave.
Aye. See if we do draw them on, and then obviously we win the other game, and we both finish on the same points. If it's just say it's one each them on, is it goal difference, or does it? If we finish on the same point,
head to head.
Is it head to head?
Yeah, we would be. That's how we're above Benfica.
Aye, so it's head to head. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Right. That's good. So we can afford to even draw them on.
In some respects, as long as it's no 4 each, you know.
Aye. Then they would jump above us, right?
You know, but a real game that I feel sorry for each and every one of the support, Alex, that can't get along tomorrow night, you know.
Well, that's the thing. They've been fantastic in there, 50,000, eh? 2 good teams going for it. They've been a great night. So, I'm going to ask you something. Do you think they're a better team than, what do you call it, Bayer Leverkusen?
No, I don't.
No. Bayer Leverkusen are a level above, I would say.
We never really put a glove on them, did we, really much?
No,
we never. They were just a wee bit. We couldn't get close to them. They controlled the whole time.
Can I come in there?
Yeah, Robert.
Sorry, you know.
And I know what you're saying, Ox. I don't think they're as good as Bayer Leverkusen. And yeah, we didn't lay a glove on them, but you've got to remember, we weren't playing nearly near as good when we played Leverkusen. Ibrox is what we are playing just now. If you remember that, we were going through that bad time when we basically collapsed. So look at the Rangers team 6 months on from when we played Bayer Leverkusen. And yeah, they're a better team than Benfica, but Rangers weren't playing at that level we're playing just now. So it'd be interesting to see Rangers play that Bayer Leverkusen team now.
That's what I was trying to get at. That's what I was on about. See, Rangers have got a great record against Portuguese football. Great through all the teams.
Definitely. Alex, this is just something you were touching on earlier on there about, like say, getting the ball back in 5 seconds, hunting and packs. I had a wee stat, and I don't need to take Port Bert's job here. I heard a stat on another radio show, and a radio show that's no as classy as Rangers radio, right enough. And I heard somebody saying a stat today that, see that Aberdeen game, Rangers had 700 and odd touches, say 750 touches to Aberdeen's 200 and odd, and I thought that was quite incredible.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
And that's how good, as you say, Alec, that's how good we're playing, hunting in packs, getting the ball back quick, no letting these teams brave, get right on top of them, and then I heard Chrissy Buck saying a stat that when they played the Rangers at the two games this season, the one at Ibrox and the 1-0 game down at the Rugby Park, he said we hardly got a chance on goal, and that's what I've been saying all along. We've been defending for 11-1 back the way. Do you know what I mean? As a team, we've been defending. It's not just the back five; it's the whole team that's been defending, and that's where you get winners. That's where you get winners, clean sheets, and I just think some of the football, as you say, some of the football we're playing is just fantastic. But we're doing it as a team. It's no individuals anymore. It's no we Alfredo getting the 29 goals, relying on him on our own. Do you know what I mean? We're doing it as a team. Stephen Davis doesn't play. We've got Ryan Jacket can get in there. Big Zungaro looks a good player when he's up to match scratch. If Aribo's no playing, you've got Scotty Arfield. Do you know what I'm talking about? And that's the thing. The manager's got a great headache because he's got so much choice. And one thing about tomorrow night, I'm not worried about our manager not getting all the angles right. He'll have all the angles of that game sewn up tomorrow night, because look at his record in the last 2.5 years in Europe. Steven Gerrard's record is absolutely phenomenal.
I think to put things in bigger perspective, right? I think the motto is let's go, as we all know. Then obviously just let's go until we don't give up. Because see, if our heads come down, that's already one game plan Benfica will know, and it'll just become shambles. And I'm talking about first half or second half, because you know Benfica, they can score for any time in the match.
I will say basket. I mean, it's a tie that the bookies have got us slight favourites. I think that I don't know if home advantage is such a big thing, Alex. With no crowd, what's your thoughts?
It's mouth-watering, isn't it? There's going to be some tie. Just a pity we're not there. Everyone is the same. They're the games that you want to go and see. But as I said before, I'm not overconfident, but I really do think Rangers will get a good result tomorrow night.
I must admit, Ali, I 100% agree with you. Isn't it just a pity that Rangers fans can't get into the stadium to see? Their European games have been just tremendous for us. I mean, imagine going to play with Benfica with a wee bit runs.
Well, that's the one club we've not played.
No, but I'm saying we played them over there. We haven't played them at Ibrox. So here we go tomorrow night. It'll be wonderful, just wonderful to have all the fans in there. Just to let them see how well we're playing.
Listen. This is my point, right? This is my point. I think in spirit that surely in spirit in Ibrox.
Of course we'll be there. All I'm saying is a pity that fans can't get in and see it, because it'll be a smash.
Aye, but come on, spirit-wise and TV-wise, you know, and it's a big, massive game, and I'm going to have to watch, highlights it, because I'm at running club, so, it's
just run a wee bit faster and get home earlier.
Aye, you know that, Box, aye, you know that, eh?
Watch it on your phone while you're running.
That's it, eh?
Cancel the running club and watch the Rangers.
Oh dear. Listen, by the way, we've reached that time of the evening in London. I don't know where that tour just went. Do you?
Oh, that was a quick night and it was great chat. It was really good, enjoyed it.
Oh, how I got a word done tonight for a change.
Well, Robert,
one dot.
Yes.
It's good hearing from you. It's good hearing from you, because you've been in the calls that I've missed, and I've actually tried to get in a call, because I've heard you, and you're doing absolutely significant. Brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
Remember,
so
keep
much.
it going for the Gers.
Thanks, that's nice of you, Bathgate. Thank you.
Oh, Linda's got a fan.
Aye, and Andy as well, the caller for Leeds. He's my fan as well, in Portger and JFK.
All right.
So I've got a couple there, aye.
Well done, mate. Well done. Wait till you meet them, mate.
I know, I can't wait for that.
Right, Bridgeman, we've reached that time of the evening.
Aye, what a marvellous night. Once again, a tremendous night, Oxford. Well hosted, thoroughly enjoyed it. Well done to everyone, Linda and Fox and Old School Blue, and to all the other guys that were joined us. Superb, thoroughly enjoyed it. Can I just say this? To all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans here on Rangers Radio, tomorrow night, biggest night in our club's history. For me, biggest night. One sleep. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers, and we'll win it. Keep it going.
Kind of a special shout out to Scott and Andrew, who first time callers tonight, but it was a pleasure to hear from them. Also great to hear from Bob J, Big Dave, Alex, we wish you always a pleasure. Young Bathgate, who's one of Rangers Radio's character.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure to be beside Bridgeman and Linda, and thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. Just a reminder for everybody, it is an 8 p.m. kick-off tomorrow night. We'll be on air at 7 o'clock with a pre-match show with the team, and then we'll be on approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle. Thanks for listening. Take it away.
Another great show, lads.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Good night, guys.
I sailed the wild Atlantic, across the broad Pacific shore. I sailed around the stormy capes and heard the forties roar. I climbed the Indian Ocean, I sailed the China Sea. But there's a sea back home in Scotland, more than all the rest to me. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. And it's not something really just clear clean. No more I'll sail the seven seas, no more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the urge again, I'm back where I belong. And 3 o'clock each Saturday I'll join the mighty song. With flags and banners all around, I'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. And it's not something really just clear clean. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, blue, blue sea of my God. And it's not something really just clear clean. And it's not something really just clear clean.